All right, so my name is Muzamel Ahmad. I work in corporate in Microsoft, and I cover all things Azure. I've got my wonderful sidekick here, Martin. Martin, say hi real quick.
Hi.
Martin's awesome. He's like my technical guru. So if any of you guys have some incredibly technical questions, I'm more than happy to help you guys answer them. If I can, Martin will take care of it. All right, I'm gonna dive right into it. You wanna say something? Go ahead.
Oh, it's all yours.
All right, so we're talking cloud fundamentals, okay? Can you put the volume up just a little bit, sir? Can you put the volume up just a little bit? I can barely hear myself. Thank you. All right, so what is the cloud, right? Anybody tell me what the cloud is? The stuff in the sky in Seattle, we always know what the cloud is because there's no sun in Seattle. So we never get to see the sun, so we always are obsessed with the cloud. What is the cloud, right? The cloud is the practice of storing regularly queues, blah, blah, blah. I mean, who cares? Boring stuff. What is the cloud really? The cloud is a powerful way of transforming your business, all right? So whatever definitions you hear, data centers, cloud, storage, whatever, all that stuff is fine, it's great, it's technical, it's cool, but the real importance about cloud is being able to transform your business. How many of you guys here want to transform your business in some way, shape, or form? Wow, 3 hands? Come on, I gotta see more hands. You guys traveled from South Africa, for crying out loud. You guys have come a long way. You're here to learn about something, all right? So you're here to learn how to transform your business. All right? Now, I want to show you a little bit of a juxtaposition of how things were, right, and how things are now, right? Yesterday, we had just a limited number of tools and vendors, right? We only had a certain way of doing things. Does anybody here remember Microsoft Encyclopedia Encarta? You guys remember Encarta? I remember having to do a school project, and I would go to my CD and I'd run up and I'd look up George Washington, and I would type in George Washington, and whatever was in Encyclopedia Encarta, that was my reference. And if there wasn't anything else, I had to go to the library, right? And a lot of you guys are laughing because you had to do much worse, right? You had to go uphill both ways to go to the library. I totally get it. But now my 7-year-old nephew can go to Alexa and say, Alexa, who's George Washington? And bam, he knows. Right? Isn't that incredible? The amount of things that have changed, right? So we had a limited number of tools and vendors, right? We had one platform, just a few devices, right? You had like your IBM PC, maybe you had a MacBook, but there was a limited number of choice. Data was scarce, right? Remember when we used to have the time where we didn't have enough information? Just like that Encyclopedia Encarta, right? I only had what was on that disk. I didn't have anything else. IT had major influence and control, and I don't want to offend any of my IT folks here, but do you guys remember the good old days of IT, right? You guys are laughing and chuckling. You totally know what I'm talking about. And people only work when they are at work, right? My father-in-law, he's like totally old school, works for an oil and gas company. He's like, they try to give me a laptop. I'm not dumb. I'm not taking that laptop home. And I was like, father-in-law, why? And he said, because they're gonna make me work when I take that laptop home. So he only has a PC. It's 2017 and he only has a PC. I just got him set up on OneDrive, so that was pretty cool. Right, but what's the world like today? Oh my gosh, so many tools, so many vendors. You got to look at all these people here. I bet every one of you's got a different device, different PC, works for a different company that was either born in the cloud or not. Many platforms, many devices, right? Android, iOS, Ubuntu, Linux. You got so many different places, so many different ways to do things, right? Way too much data. Way too much data. How many of you guys wake up in the morning and go, hey, I don't have enough information today? You check your phone and there's no messages, no text messages. You go to Wikipedia or BuzzFeed and there's no articles on there. How many of you guys have that experience? No, right? It's just like, oh my God, there's so much stuff. What am I gonna look at? Right, what am I gonna look at? Now, my IT friends, those smiles, turning upside down, right? Limited influence and control. Now, we know from research that the reality is, you know, when IT was king and the lines of business were the paupers, now the lines of business became really important. IT had less importance. The reality is, there was a study done by Deloitte that the harmony comes from both of you guys working together. That's not a joke, believe it or not. Working together. People work wherever they want. I see this guy right over here, he's working right now. Right? I see this person over here, she's working right now. You guys are at a conference. Someone's speaking and you guys are working, right? This is the kind of world that we live in. So do we all agree that the world was like this and it's like this now? I need to see some head nods. I'm not going to move to the next slide. Yes, thank you. All right. So the consequences of the status quo, right? So this is the world that we live in now, and these are the tools that we have. So how do we adapt? We've got unnecessary spending, right? Gartner's saying customers can spend up to 4 times the cost of your software. If you buy Office 365 for $5, it may cost you $20 just to implement it. Not just Office 365, anything else. 75% of businesses don't have a continuity plan within their first disaster, which means if you've got a data center and you don't have it replicated and your business goes down, 3 out of 4 times it's over. It's over for you. Inability to work remotely, 61% of workers are working outside at least part-time, And 12 years is the number of years you stay in the S&P 500. You guys all know what the S&P 500 is, right? The number of years it took to get there and how long you stay there is shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, right? Facebook and Apple and Microsoft and Google, all these companies have been around for a short amount of time and already taking over. So what that means is now that you're king, you're not going to stay king for long. You got to keep working. You got to keep hustling. Now, how do we do that, right? How can you actually use the cloud? So we know what the textbook definition of the cloud is, but what does the cloud actually allow me to do? It allows me to transform my business. But how and why, right? Basic, simple stuff. I just want to create new applications. I want to become digital. I want to be able to connect with my customers. I want to back up and store my data, right? We had one customer that would literally take their data and they would have them on tapes, physical tapes, and they would mail them out to a company. And it would take them an entire week to back up their stuff. So if something happened within that week, they were hosed. Can you imagine having to have your customer call you up and say, hey, I'll be able to take your order in 7 days. Are they going to wait for you? I just saw the Ring recently, when that, 7 days, right? Just imagine someone saying like that, like you would just hang up and you're going to go to somewhere else. You're not going to wait 7 days, please. How many of you guys use Amazon? What happens when Amazon says it's going to be delivered next week? You cancel that order, man. You don't wait 7 days. I want it now. Give me Prime now, right? I want to take the next leap in artificial intelligence, right? I want to do cool stuff. I want to have facial recognition. I want to have thumbprint recognition. I want to make my company cool and sexy. Right? Keep your business secure and compliant. So important for us in Microsoft, right? Unlock the potential of connecting your devices, right? Having your Alexa, having your Cortana, having your cell phone, having your IoT devices, having your entire business just connected, and being able to use all this data, this incredible amount of data that we have, to think about things, to make predictions, to help save us time, so we can go home and hang out with our friends and family. So I don't have to spend 3 hours doing a task that should take me 30 seconds. I want to go home and watch the Game of Thrones, please. I don't have time to figure this out on my own. So what are the benefits of the cloud, right? So I'm trying to make this like I said, as simple as possible, as normal as possible, so that every one of you can articulate the value of what the cloud brings, right? The cloud gives you time, confidence, and performance, right? And I'm going to explain what that means. It gives you time, that the ability to have a server from months to minutes with Azure virtual machines. I went to one of my customers. I used to work in sales in Dallas, Texas. And I went to them and I said, hey, you guys have this new application coming out. It was a line of business application for a healthcare company. I was like, hey, when are you guys going to be able to put this up online? They said, well, given the situation that we have with our IT outsource company, it'll probably take us 3 to 6 months to get some new servers in place. 3 to 6 months. Your customers aren't even going to wait 7 days. You guys told me earlier, customers won't even wait 7 days. Are they going to wait 3 to 6 months for your platform to catch up? What are they going to do? They're going to go somewhere else. You can have that same availability in minutes, maybe even seconds. This is for real. You can do incredibly powerful things incredibly fast with the cloud. Be able to have global, reliable scale with Cosmos DB, which basically means that you can be able to replicate your data around the entire world. So someone tells you, hey, I want you to make an application. I want you to make a video game, right? I want you to make an iOS game. And I want the people in North America to have the exact same experience as the people in India. How many of you guys would sign up to do that right now? It's hard. It would cost you tons and tons of money. But you can do something like that very simply with something like Cosmos DB. You guys saw in the morning with the Walking Dead game, they used Cosmos DB to make that happen, right? And gosh, how many of you guys love chores? You guys love chores, right? IT chores, maintenance, backup, scheduling, this and that, cleaning this client, updating that client, patching this client. I remember I had a customer of mine, he worked for an airline. This guy, every other Saturday, do you know what he did? This guy would drive 45 minutes to the corporate office of his airline, and I'm not joking you. He would sit there all day updating and patching Exchange on premises. And he loved doing it. And I asked him like, hey man, you're spending like every other Saturday updating this, like why are you doing this? And he's like, Moose, I'm about to retire. I'm chilling out, man. I'm not worried about all this whole cloud stuff. So if you're about to retire, I get it. But most of us still want to be able to like, do some cool things. Just let someone else do that. Let us take care of that, right? Who cares? Don't mess. No offense, but you're way smarter than spending your Saturdays updating software. Please, am I right? Can I get some head nods for that? Thank you. All right, confidence, right? I remember customers are always saying like, if I go to the cloud, like, is my information going to be safe? Am I going to be able to feel protected? Am I going to get a call at 3 o'clock in the morning saying somebody hacked us and our emails are all over the world, right? You guys have heard of all this stuff happening in the news lately, right? It's pretty scary stuff. You don't want to be the person getting that phone call, right? So you can ensure your business continuity with Azure Site and Data Disaster Recovery, which basically means that if your business goes down, you can get it right back up. We had a customer of ours who actually had this happen during September 11th. After September 11th, they realized that their business was way too important. They were in downtown New York City in Manhattan. They found out that, we can't even risk our business being offline for 1 or 2 days. They moved to Azure Site Recovery, and they can get their business up within seconds. Within seconds, that's incredibly important, right? Mitigating your risk with Azure Security Center and compliance. Compliance is so important for our customers. And if it's not important for you, it's important for your customers and the industry that regulates your organization. So your manager and your manager's manager, they all care about this stuff. I'll tell you the most simple thing I can. How am I on time? Am I good on time? Hey, pick it up. All right. It's important that you know that we are ahead of things. We're not behind. We're ahead, all right? So that means that you won't have to build an application and go ahead and then go backwards and make it compliant. It happens first, right? And we got global regions all over the world. So when it comes to performance, right, I'm not going to do all this stuff. I'm not going to take all this risk for a platform that sucks. Let's be honest, right? If it's not worth my time. If it's complicated, I'm not going to invest all this time and money in it. So I want to engage my customers with a more human touch using Azure Cognitive Services. There's so many cool things that I can do related to safety, related to verification, related to identity that allows me to connect with my customers in a really human and really cool way. Stay current with the latest updated Azure portal. It just basically means you can run with the latest and greatest software all the time without having to waste your time updating stuff. And simplify your devices with pre-configured solutions for IoT. If anyone here works in manufacturing or healthcare, the world is your oyster. There's so many things you can do with IoT to revolutionize the way you go to market. All right. Does anybody here own a home? Nobody owns a home? 3 people. Does anybody here own a home? Yes. Thank you very much. Has anybody here done any remodeling on their home? Right? How many of you love your home? All of you, right? Almost everyone loves their home, otherwise you wouldn't be living there. Especially if you live in Texas, you probably have a really big house and a backyard and several animals and horses and things like that. But the thing is, we all love our homes, right? If you wanted to upgrade your kitchen, you wanted to add new cabinets, you wanted to get the tiles done, get something redone, it's a lot of hard work, right? You gotta get contractors, you gotta get labor, you gotta manage all this stuff yourself. The other way you can do it is just have someone else come in and help out, right? Now the reality is that this is the world that we live in. Imagine like instead of a home, you've got this incredible castle. So your business and your company has all this cool stuff. It's beautiful, it's amazing. You got chandeliers, you have little cauldrons that go to one room into the other, but they're not really connected, right? It's a nice castle, but it's just kind of weird, and maybe there's a weird bolt-on in the back and a weird room or weird dungeon in the back that no one knows about, right? This is basically the world that we live in. And so you have a choice when it comes to the cloud. Do you take this beautiful home that you have, this beautiful castle, and do you bulldoze it? How many of you want to bulldoze their homes? None of you, right? You want to take your home and make it work. So that's what Microsoft allows you to do. We allow you to take your business and your current infrastructure and your current setup, and we help make it work, right? Instead of using a bulldozer, we give you maybe like a hammer and a ruler and a chisel and a protractor and help you like kind of piece things together and make your home the modern home that you want while still kind of retaining all that beautiful stuff that you have, right? We feel a lot of love and compassion towards our data. I remember having a customer of mine that said his data center was literally like his child. He would go into the room, he would check on it, he would check on the servers, check on the temperature, literally like someone checking on a child when they're like a little baby. So we have this emotional connection to our businesses. How do we take our businesses to the next level in a way that retains our kind of emotional and intellectual property, but still allows us to be successful? All right, so now that you kind of know what the cloud is, what the cloud can do for you, here's how you create your cloud strategy. Martin, how many minutes do I have left? You've got 5 minutes. Oh, perfect. All right, so step 1, develop your vision for your digital transformation. You cannot, I'm going to tell you this right now, you're going to come back to me and tell me, Moose, you told me so. If you guys say we want to go to the cloud and everyone gets excited, but that's all there is, you're going to go like this and you're just going to go slam into the ground. You got to have a vision. Right, whether it comes from you, your manager, your CEO, someone has to say, this is the direction we're going in. Because when things get hard, people are going to go, why on earth are we doing this? Why? Whose idea was this? Right? This is terrible. I don't want to change. I want to keep doing things the way I do them. I don't want to do this anymore. If you have a vision, you can always go back to the vision. If you don't, you will get stuck. I promise you. Right? Prioritize your costs and innovation. Consider compliance, security, and IP, and leverage the existing expertise and skills that are already out there, right? So learn from other customers. Go to azure.com/stories. We have tons and tons of stories of customers just like you who have gone through transformation, who have thought and said, how on earth do I accomplish this or that or this or that? They've done it before. Look at these companies. Look at these logos. Look at them all the way from the most basic stuff from Azure site recovery and backup all the way to machine learning. So the entire gamut is there based on where you are in your cloud journey. Just don't hear it from me. Go find out what these customers did. They've done some incredible things, right? And when it comes to who you're working with, right? You heard it from Satya this morning. IT technology is at the core of how you do your business and how your business model itself evolves. Technology is at the center of our world. We all get that, right? We all believe it. Now, we also have some additional resources. You can look online for a digital transformation white paper. It'll give you a bunch of information on like how the cloud works, some specific examples of how cloud has really changed companies' business models. You can search for that as well. We also have Azure Solutions. So like I said, it's not just about putting all these pieces together. It's a little bit more of a pre-configured approach, and you can take things and move them around almost like an a la carte menu. And then everyone's gonna ask you, is the cloud affordable? I heard it's too expensive to go to the cloud. I heard this, I heard that. You can educate yourself and get ROI assessments for infrastructure and platform as a service with Azure Cloud. You can figure this stuff out and then be able to type in your own information and see what the NPV ROI is on moving to the cloud. All right, so remember where we were today, right? So much stuff to deal with, so much frustration, money, platforms, devices, data is everywhere. IT has limited influence to control, and people work wherever they want. To what now? Integrated tools and vendors, connected platforms and devices. Data is now used to power your important decisions. IT is strategic to the business, and people have access to whatever they want, wherever they want. So how does all that sound? Sounds great? All right, so I think that's all I have for you guys. I might have maybe 60 seconds left. If anyone has any questions, anyone have a killer question that they want to ask?
Just before you take questions, Moose, one thing I just wanted to mention. Moose said about looking at other customers' stories and what other people have done. Do check out the other theater sessions we have, because one of them covers specific customer stories. So if you want to hear some of the great things people have done with Azure, come and check that out. Also, we have a session on demos. We're going to be running through one case study demo, And this is where we're actually trying to present a demo that you guys can access that looks at more of how a customer did something, not just how does this widget in the technology work, but actually take you through the story of how a customer implemented something so you can experience it yourself.
Absolutely. You can just look for I don't think my name is on there. Look up Martin Booth, like Martin Phone Booth. Look up that name. We have 8 more sessions covering some other stuff, and if you guys come, we're going to do something really, really cool related to Star Wars and maybe some building blocks. So it's going to be super fun. Come check it out. I hope you guys have a wonderful time at this conference. Enjoy it. Don't tire yourselves out. Make sure your cell phones are charged, and have a wonderful day, all right? Thank you so much.